All right, I'm hoping we can get this one done in one shot without having to pause, stop, or answer the door or any other type of things. If a meteor crashes through the roof, you're going to see it because I'm not going to stop this one. Okay, cool. So, shop cards. We got an itty bitty little shop card from our friend Joe over at Mad Genius Productions. I'm sorry if this is not if this is kind of blurry. Apparently this new phone here doesn't have that great of a selfie camera on there, but this is an awesome idea. If you guys aren't already experimenting in the world of business card size shop cards, I think you should give it a try. Yeah, it's a little bit of an extra cost, but still, they're easier to carry around. There's been a few times in the past few months since we started using ours that I've met somebody either at the hobby store or we were out to dinner one time and it came up in conversation with the actual waitress about stuff. And it wasn't like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel. No, it was we were out to dinner with our friend John. I had brought the Oldsmobile Tornado to show him, so I wanted to get his opinion on how the paint was looking. We set that aside, had our dinner. The waitress comes over to do the waitressing thing, and then she spied that car body. We got to talking about it, and then Mrs. BG out of the purse pulls out a couple of shop cards, a couple of business size shop cards. We gave them to her. We have the QR code on the back also, just like Mr. Joe has on his, like that there. And it's a huge help. She was able to scan the card, go to the channel, and save some videos for her boys. She had 4 boys, I believe she said, that are huge into model car building. So that was kind of a cool deal there. So yeah, just a little shout out for Joe there, and then also a little shout out for business card size shop cards. Joe also included in that envelope a decal from Burbank House of Hobbies. This, guys, is the only hobby shop, to my knowledge, that I haven't been to in Southern California. So this is cool. This is definitely cool. Joe jokingly says on the back of the card here that this decal is a scratch and sniff and it smells like glue and happiness. Well, here's the funny thing. The day this actually showed up, I believe this was actually on Monday. I was cleaning up here at the bench because it was a big mess from over the weekend, getting ready for the show, getting the 32 done. And I was cleaning up the bench. For some reason, I had not closed up one of my Tamiya bottles of glue, and I knocked that bugger over and spilled all over the work surface. Luckily, there was no projects on the actual bench at the time, but the building mat here soaked up all of that glue, and yes, it did smell like happiness. After just a few minutes, the happiness kicked in. I was going cross-eyed. Things were getting blurry. I was like, okay, we need to turn on the fan and get out of the room type of thing. Next thing I know, the whole house started smelling like glue, so because the air conditioning system kicked in and started sucking it all around. Anyway, big story, big deal. So the funny thing was, I was like, if this actually is a scratch and sniff, I'm never gonna know because I burned out all the sniffer sensors in my nose there. So, Joe, thank you very much for the card and for the decal. Those are gonna go on the binder of fame and the toolbox of fame right here. Okay, so stash ads. We did get a couple of small things at the show on Saturday. Modelzona, very nice little show. It was a lot of fun. I talked to a couple of people. I talked to the local IPMS president here, and one of the head judges. We happened to be at the hobby store yesterday when I was over there buying paint, so I can work on Starscream. Talked to those guys, and they had some really nice insights about the show, and I thought that was kind of cool. That we were able to give and take at the hobby shop about what was going on, what had happened over the weekend. So that was pretty awesome. First off, we're going to talk about this guy right here. This is the Macross Saga VF1S, and this is a Strike Valkyrie. It looks like a Strike Valkyrie, but actually this is going camping for the weekend with the kids. That's why it's got the roof rack on there. In all seriousness, no, this is like a gigantic rail cannon, and then I think it's got like a booster pods and stuff. This is actually the second kit that I have that I'm putting in the stash because it turns out this actually has a few different types of decal markings that comes with it. So you can do different squadrons or different craft in that particular squadron. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to do a couple different variations of the same kit. So that would be kind of fun to do, in the upcoming future, of course, just like everything else. Now, because it was an IPMS show, there was a lot of military vehicles there, not only on display but also in the vendor rooms. And I did not get out unscathed. I still got a military vehicle. I had drawn up a list a long time ago when I decided to start getting military vehicles to build, and this one was not on the list, but I knew I wanted it. So when I found it, I was very happy about this little dude right here, the Ford Mutt. That's right. So my father-in-law served in Vietnam, and he had mentioned that this is one of those vehicles where if he had the opportunity to ride in it, he'd pass it up. He's like, I'd rather walk than ride in one of these guys because of all the problems and issues that these things had. Apparently, they were prone to flipping or turning ass over teacups, as they say. Several people were injured and possibly even killed, if I remember correctly. I don't know any numbers or stats and stuff. That'll be something that I get into. I know Thomas Schrei would probably know something about that. I'll bet he could comment down below about something like that. But yeah, that was on my radar. I wanted that kit there because I knew the history of the vehicle to a small extent, of course, but it was something that I kind of wanted to have for the military collection. One day it'll get built, probably pretty soon. Actually, it's a pretty simple looking build. And then here's something that bridges the gap between cars and military. This little dude, 53 Chevy panel van. So I like the 53 Chevys. I like 53 Chevys. I like the sedans, the convertibles, the whole thing. The panel vans are right up there. But the thing is, I wasn't too big on the whole gasser look. So I remember thinking that I wanted to get this kit so I could strip out the gasser stuff and everything. Well, turns out a friend of ours had a table there at the vendor room, and he had a pretty good deal on this here. As a matter of fact, he told me that if Mrs. BG had come by to do the deal, he would have given her an even better deal. So it's too bad she was off judging. But I do like this the Street Machine version right here, and I think I want to build this like that, and then save all of the running gear from the gasser version for other projects. So I'm just kind of excited about having this one. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I've seen it on the shelf over at the lobby of hobbies, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. So it was kind of fun to actually find that. Okay, now friend of mine told me, you know what, you should probably let everybody know that you're actually a member of IPMS now, an official member, and have been for some time. I've been a member of the national IPMS, and then now I am a member of the local IPMS. It comes with perks. You get your magazines and all that kind of stuff and everything. But being a member of the local IPMS, we have meetings every month on the first Tuesday, if I remember correctly, and they have raffles in order to help pay for things and such. You know how all that works, right? Well, I'm kind of new to the whole world of raffling. I don't really do much raffling. Now, my friend Mike Coombs, he's a raffle master, and I haven't talked to him yet since the show Saturday. But I think he walked out with a couple armfuls of stuff from the raffle. But I saw this guy on the shelf, and I was like, oh boy, howdy. How much are tickets for this thing? And the guy at the raffle counter, I think his name was Mike, he's like, it's $1. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take 10 tickets, please. So I gave him my $10, and he gave me back 12 tickets. So I'm like, this is 12 tickets, Mike. And he goes, yeah, it's 6 for $5. And I'm like, yes, of course, thank you. I'm very new to all this. So went and sat down, had the meeting. They had the drawing. Boom! I got called. It was the last ticket in the book, apparently. That was kind of a nail biter, but yep, went home with this guy. I think $10, an investment in $10 for this is better than we could have done at a swap meet. And yeah, I know it's got this really cool looking Street Machine on the cover and everything, but I like that. I like that. I want to do it stock. This is a 69, and we're working on a 70 for the USAC group build. So I don't think this qualifies, but it's nice to have it nonetheless. So There we go. All right. That's everything for us right now. We are hoping that we can connect with Mr. Lucas C tomorrow and do another Model Car Guys video for YouTube and get that going pretty soon. So we're hatching out topics right now and everything. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you for all the awesome comments. Thank you again for supporting Mrs. BG with her videos that she likes to film at the shows. She just absolutely loves doing that. And we did have some notes about the last show. I talked to her about after doing the editing and stuff. I was like, we do have new cameras. We did have to practice with the new cameras and stuff, so we're still getting used to how all that looks and everything. So it's kind of hard to perfect something when you're in the heat of the moment and you're filming right there. So thank you all for sticking with us through all that. All right, y'all, take it easy. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.